Hi, my name is Niyati and I'm working as a marketing manager in ISP. Today we have Harshil who is leading our building information modeling department. So let's talk to him. Hi Harshil.
Hi Niyati. As you said, I'm working as a co-division leader in the BIM department. We work as an extension of team for our esteemed clients who are generally professional engineers, architects, and general contractors. We help them in digitizing their projects through BIM up to the fifth dimension. This helps them in planning, scheduling, visualization, coordination, modification, revisions, monitoring, and controlling of their projects for multiple trades simultaneously at different stages of a project.
This is amazing. So tell me about the projects you work on.
We work on residential, commercial, industrial, warehouses, infrastructure projects depending upon the client's requirement and the level of detailing they wish for.
So tell me about your work process. How do you get the things done?
We have a very well-defined, structured and organized procedure adhering to global standards through which we execute our projects. On top of it, we have a very robust QC process through which we ensure the right quality in the right time. Plus, we have a dedicated state-of-art ISP training institute which ensures Kaizen for us and keeps us up to date with latest trends in the market.
This is great. So we are working from India and our clients are in US. So how do you guys manage to work across different time zones?
We work in shifts. So ideally this makes us 18-hour productive in a day and 24-hour productive for our client. So ideally our client offices are always on. They can produce 24-hour effective in one day. In their daytime they work and in their nighttime we start working.
That's wonderful. And that's how ISP make the client super productive.
Indeed, that's what we do.
Okay, so tell me about one of your flagship projects you have worked on.
There are many projects where we have did well for the client and we have got really good appreciation from the client across the globe. But I would like to tell you about one of the flagship project, the good project which we have done. It's a scan to BIM project which we did for one of the global tech giant. It was a office space. It was a huge office space having an area of 150,000 square feet and a very complex office building, including the architectural elements, structural elements, the mechanical, electrical, plumbing, firefighting equipment, everything. So we modeled everything to an LOD of 400 where very minute detailings, all of the details were shown in the model through which it was very efficient for the client to get the modifications done and get the further processing on.
Looks like a tough job. What did you guys get as an input for this project?
As an input for this project, we got two things from the client. One was the raw scans and another was the 360-degree photo to photo. This being a huge structure, the entire building was scanned into multiple stretches. So we had multiple raw scans for different parts of the building. Our first job was to get all of these scans together, stitch it as a one consolidated colorized point cloud through which we can start the modeling. So that's what our first step is. Get the point cloud ready from the raw scans of different parts of the building. Once the point cloud is ready, we can say that the registration process is completed. To accomplish this project, we use multiple softwares, but the most used software in the BIM industry is ReCap. After the registration comes the part of the modeling. We get the consolidated single point cloud, the colorized point cloud into the Revit, and then comes the part of modeling. In modeling, we initially set all of the levels, set the different views, and get the project set up in a way which is preferable to the client in their own standards. At times, we have to use the default families, or else we have to create the own families in order to match the exact or accurate depiction dimensions for different elements. For example, the conduits, the electrical fittings, the architectural elements, the structural elements. We just need to ensure that everything is in the right dimension and the depiction is exactly correct as per the as-built conditions on the site and should match with the project. The most time-consuming process is the modeling part. So this doing all of the trades simultaneously along with the continuous quality check and getting the client's comment along with the modeling is what we call as a coordination. A very tight coordination was required in this job because it was a very big, including all of the trades at once. Once the modeling is done, then comes the part of QC. In our QC process, we keep on checking all of the smallest elements in the building and ensure that everything is right, correct, and in the proper standards as per the global BIM standards and the client requirement. Upon completion of the QC process, then comes the delivery part of the project. During delivery, we get the information from the client about the versions and the different formats in which they wish the project to be delivered. So once completing the QC process, getting the deliverables in the right formats, we deliver the project to the client. Once the delivery is completed, then starts the part of revision. The QC process from the clients and get started, and we get amount of revisions where we have to be very quick and responsive to the client. So as I said, we are 24-hour productive to the client. In the daytime of the client, we get the markups, we get the revisions, and in their nighttime, we get the things completed, and by the next day, they have the revisions completed. So this is how we completed a very complex, huge project which consumed our entire team from different offices and client having overseas.
Looks like you have highly trained and hardworking team that makes the client believe in us. So what are you looking forward?
As a next target, BIM being a rapidly evolving industry, we have daily new trends coming up in the market. So a big challenge for us is to keep up with the moving trends and deliver in a better and quicker way to the client. Along with that, ultimately, we envision ourselves to be the most reliable, productive, and assiduous extension of the team for our esteemed clients.
That's for sure, Arshad. Thank you for your time and sharing your experience with us. So that's all for today. We'll soon be up with more interesting stuff similar to this.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.